Hello, dear friends. As we're fasting and praying, I think this is the 16th day. I'm sure you feel weak, or you may feel filled with God. I don't know. It might feel so empty. Doesn't matter. The fast itself is prayer. Sometimes we think I got to be praying all the time. I found in my own journey, fasting is prayer. The weakness of fasting, you go through the day and you loose groans inside. God, I feel so weak. But oh God, I yearn for you. I desire you. I found that this really is, fasting is a call to hunger and to yearning. I found myself weeping, listening to Jewish messianic music, carried away with the great thought that we could be a part of God's eternal plan and the end time game of heaven, to pray and fast, to bring forth the final purposes of the Lord for Israel, the salvation of the Jews, and the one new man movement where Jew and Gentile are one in Yeshua. Yesterday I was caught up with a song called Yeshua by a man named Fernandinho from Brazil, with Kim Walker of Banning's movement there, Jesus Culture. Just hours just weeping under the sense that I could see millions of Jewish kids singing this song around the world, and not just Jewish kids, the whole world, who are taking the name of Yeshua, the very name that archangels, that God put on the lips of Gabriel, the archangel, to deliver to Mary. His name shall be called Yeshua. That very name. What do you think that moves his heart concerning him? And as I was caught up in this, I was exhausted, and I just took a brief nap. And then suddenly I awakened with this profound, startling text. And I ran out to greet my wife and say, "Honey, God just texted me." Sometimes in the middle of the fast, God will encourage us with prophetic moments that sustain us, that keep us going, that tells us we're on the right path. And the word was this. I saw this text crystal clear, and it said Jeff, which I believe was a code name for the military operation that we're on. We looked it up, and it actually means pledge of peace. It said Jeff, and then to the Jew first. I erupted out of my sleep under the presence of God, and I knew the Lord was speaking to me. In this fast, we're prevailing, and he's saying the pledge of peace is being released. What is the pledge of peace? It's Ruth's pledge. Your people will be my people. Your God will be my God. It's Ruth's pledge that says there's going to be peace between the Gentile and the Jewish woman, Naomi. God is going to bring peace, break the hostility, the wall of hostility between Jew and Gentile. We're in some kind of epic fast, and I'm believing in the heavens. This pledge of peace is being unleashed in the spirit so it can be manifested on the earth. Another thought is the pledge of peace, and to the Jew first, and it's Romans 1:18. For I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ, for it is the power of God unto salvation to the Jew first. This was Nava Niebuhr's, Murphy's dream. If you pray first, you can't see revival in America unless you pray first for the salvation of the Jews. I believe we're moving his heart. He is moving in our nation with revival. And by the way, I am praying for revival in America. My dear sister in New England, who had an encounter with God so profound, shook her world. And it says, in your womb is the greatest revival known to man. I am believing for a third great awakening. I'm believing for the message to send 80 million souls, 200,000 laborers. But I think as we begin to turn our hearts to the Jew first, We will begin to reap harvest all over the world. Something is converging. We're moving to the end times. Something is being stirred in the hearts of people. I'm hearing it everywhere. Texts that come, Lou, I'm praying for the synagogues of Denver. And others are saying how God is moving on them to pray for Israel. What if we're in a moment for a worldwide prayer movement? I was just with Corey Russell at the upper room, and the burning vision of his heart is the Nashrites praying for 100 million intercessors. Can we give birth to this in this 40 days, folks? This is not drudgery. This is destiny. Let us go on. Pray these things into being. The salvation of the Jews, raising up Jewish laborers and apostles, the Jew first, and releasing the pledge of peace that God has toward Jerusalem, praying for the peace of Jerusalem, the covenant of peace he made with Levi. These are great things. Let's pray them into being. Bless you.